It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Kitchen Land USA, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey there, good morning to you on Tuesday. Hope your Monday was great. We got some news to tell you about, and it's about the storm that took place on this very day last week. We now know from that storm there were at least 7 tornadoes that hit our area. The latest tornado to be confirmed by the National Weather Service was just south of Elwood, Missouri. And you're like, where's Elwood? It's basically right next to the airport. It's just west of the airport, Springfield Branson National Airport. So just south of that, near MM, as it connects there, right by Sportstown. I was there last night. It's crazy. It was an EF1 twister with wind speeds up to 90 miles per hour. It was only on the ground for about 2 minutes, but it damaged an outbuilding. And if you drive that stretch of MM, you know it knocked down a lot of trees.
Work is now officially underway to expand the John Deere Riemann Core Center in Stratford. The growth will increase their efficiency. That $13.5 million upgrade should be complete next year. The Girl Scouts are selling off their Camp Finbrook property in Rogersville. It is one of 4 outdoor camps and program facilities. The other 3 will remain open. So why, you ask? It is what the organization called a decline in traditional property usage in the last decade and a new plan to focus on community-based programming. The Finbrook property, though, opened in 1963. Okay. So I'm sure that there are some memories and nostalgia attached to that.
A lot of girls spent a lot of time there in their childhood, for sure, their youth. Hey, don't forget, we've been telling you about this for, 20 years. The deadline to get a real ID is tomorrow. You will need it to fly on a commercial plane or to visit a military base. The requirement started back in 2008. That was the first deadline. It's been delayed every other time, but it does not look like it's going to be delayed this time. So if you don't have a real ID, you can still use a passport if you're going to get on a commercial airline. And if you're going to go get a real ID, which you're probably going to have to check ahead of time, you're going to need to take more paperwork than you're used to prove you are who, in fact, you say you are. A real ID goes into effect tomorrow.
Okay. Today kicks off National Nurses Week, and Scooters Coffee is celebrating. Each location of Scooters is giving healthcare workers a free medium drink today.
Nice.
So go by, and they are going to be saying thank you to all the nurses and other healthcare workers. Make sure that you bring your healthcare ID. In Springfield, you can find Scooters on South Campbell and also on East Sunshine. And this is also fun. It's also apparently National Teacher Appreciation Day. So hats off to nurses and teachers. For Teacher Appreciation Day, you'll want to go to McDonald's. Multiple of the locally owned McDonald's are giving out free soft drinks, sweet teas, or hot or iced coffees to all teachers and school staff. And for that one, you will need your school ID.
That's awesome. I love that the local chains, local owners of the chains are doing things like that, giving stuff away to say thank you. I love it. Too bad I'm not a teacher or a nurse today.
Yeah.
Hey, tomorrow it is time again for the midweek matinee. The movie Three Amigos will be playing at the Gillioz Theater. The show starts at 2. That movie, of course, back from the 80s, stars Chevy Chase, Steve Martin, Martin Short. It is a pretty good lineup. Very funny. Seniors 60 and over get a free combo ticket with proof of ID. So make sure you have that.
Should be fun.
You don't need a real ID there, I don't believe.
This weekend, the Missouri Beef Day celebration continues in Bolivar. This is to show your love and support for the Missouri beef industry while giving back to local agriculture and community causes. They have all kinds of festivities like a rodeo market, a parade, a concert. All the details are right now at MissouriBeefDays.com.
Okay. Who doesn't love beef?
Go. It's kind of a fun website, honestly. There's a lot to do. I looked at it. I saw a picture of Governor Parson from last year, and yeah, good times.
Okay. Hey, the St. Louis Cardinals certainly are not setting the world on fire this season, but they are really good at this, and it's not baseball. It is honoring former players and the tradition of the birds on the bat. So they just announced the 2025 class of the St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Fame. Entering this season will be the late Walt Jocketty, who we just reported a couple of weeks ago recently passed away, as well as Edgar Renteria and Al Hrabosky. Jocketty, of course, was one of the Cardinals' most successful general managers ever, leading the Cardinals to a National League pennant in 2004, 2006, and, of course, the World Championship in 2006. I was there for that. That was awesome. Edgar Renteria was a shortstop for 6 years for the Redbirds, part of the 2004 team. And then Al Hrabosky was the Mad Hungarian, as they called him. One of my people, Hungarian.
I was about to say, babe, does he know who you are?
I know who he is. I think it's probably more important. He's going into a Hall of Fame. I might go into a viral video Hall of Fame, but that's about it. Flamboyant and fiery pitcher with the Redbirds for 7 years in the 1970s. Of course, he's currently a broadcaster for the Cardinals. They all three will be inducted in September at a nice induction ceremony. So that's cool for the awesome. Cardinals. Give people something to get excited about because there hasn't been much else.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I think that's it. Mother's Day contest. Don't forget about that one. We told you about it. The Civil Kitchen and the Flower Merchant giving away a nice gift for mom. Just go to aroundtheozarks.com and get registered for that. And otherwise, we hope you have a super great Tuesday.
Absolutely. We'll see you back here on Wednesday.
All right. Sounds good.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by John's Heating and Air, Command Family Medicine, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. You're waking up on this Tuesday to some nice cool temperatures. We have numbers in the upper 40s to low 50s across the Ozarks, a little bit of a range. And today we're going to see quite a bit of dry time in the Ozarks. However, our pattern changes later this afternoon and evening, and rain showers and thunderstorms return to our forecast. We're going to dive right in this morning because while things are cool and partially clear right now, we have some partial sunshine in the forecast. I think that's going to change as we go through the course of the afternoon. It's a chilly start. Numbers are in the upper 40s in a lot of spots, so you may want to grab a light jacket on your way out the door today. I'm still looking at a high temperature near 70. So afternoon numbers look quite nice. However, it's our far southwestern counties that are going to see the rain first this afternoon, maybe as early as 2 or 3 o'clock. And then it's those rain showers that are going to spread into the area in the Springfield region and our eastern counties as we head into the later evening hours and the overnight hours tonight. It's a pretty unsettled pattern that we're dealing with, and there's even the chance for some heavy rain for a big portion of the country. This extends all the way from portions of southeastern Colorado back through Oklahoma and Texas, down through portions of central Arkansas, and all the way through Texas, Mississippi, and Alabama. There's going to be some heavy rain in that area. As we look at the headlines as we head into the rest of the week, well, it still looks unsettled on Wednesday. I still have the shower and thunderstorm chances on Thursday, all the way through Thursday night. I think there could be some rain, some thunder, some lightning, not looking like severe weather chances per se. However, just because of how saturated our ground is, and we've had some flooding events in the last couple of weeks, there will be at least this minimal flood threat across the Ozarks as we add additional chances for rain into the forecast. As I said, this extends all the way through Thursday night, and then the weekend shaping up to look quite nice. We have temperatures that are back into the 70s for highs, lows that fall to the 50s, and a lot of dry time through the weekend forecast too. I think that we'll start to see the sunshine return to the forecast as early as Friday as some drier air works its way in, and that drier air is looking to stay around as we head through much of the weekend forecast. There is going to be this chance for some late day showers and thunderstorms today, though. Before that gets here, I think highs in Springfield make it to about 70. Eastern counties, you may get a bit warmer because of the additional sunshine with temperatures in the mid to maybe even upper 70s in the forecast. By Wednesday, our rain chances mean the temperature is limited a little bit, with highs back into the lower 70s again. By Thursday, we're still talking upper 60s, low 70s for highs. And then with that return sunshine on Friday, we should get temperatures to top out in the low to mid 70s. And as I said, the weekend forecast is shaping up quite nicely at this point. Around the country, what's making headlines? Well, it's a prolonged period of unsettled weather and cooler temperatures to start off the week for much of the country. It's kind of an unusual pattern that has set up across the U.S. as we head into the first week of May. We don't often see this unsettled weather bringing such cool air and unsettled weather to the lower 48, but it's what we have to deal with for the next 5 to 7 days. There is this increased flash flood threat for the severe weather threat, as I already mentioned, for the southern plains and the lower Mississippi Valley. And then locally heavy rain is also in the forecast today for the greater New York City area. This also includes much of New England as we head into Wednesday. So lots of active weather for many of us across the country in what can sometimes be a quiet time of the year. All right, it's time for that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. And the question that I left you with yesterday, what is the primary source of energy for the sun? Powering its heat and light. And the options that I gave you here were A, nuclear fission, B, nuclear fusion, C, chemical combustion, or D, gravitational collapse. The primary source of energy for the sun, which then in turn powers us, is B, nuclear fusion, not fission. Congrats if B was your choice. It's a process called nuclear fusion. In the sun's core, there is intense pressure and temperature causing hydrogen atoms to fuse, creating helium and releasing a tremendous amount of energy in the form of light and heat. So now you know. Congrats if B, nuclear fusion, was your guess. Here's the quiz question that I'll leave you for tomorrow. What is the approximate surface temperature of the sun in degrees Fahrenheit? Do you think it is 6,332 degrees, 9,932, 13,532, or 18,032 degrees Fahrenheit? All way too hot. Let me know, what do you think is the approximate surface temperature of the sun? You can submit your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much to our sponsors, John's Heating and Air, Command Family Medicine, and Taylor Gruboff Chevrolet. Have a great one. We'll chat again tomorrow.